The basic formulations of our force formula F equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. From here we are just to be calculating the value of the K, it is to be F into R square divided by Q1 and Q2. And we know that the unit of the force in terms of the Newton, unit of the distance in terms of the meter. Be careful about it. All the units are into the same system, whether it is to be the MKS system, it is to be SI, it is to be CGS. If you are putting down all the units into the CGS segments, in place of the meters, you are just to be using the centimeter. In place of the force, Newton, you are using the direct formulations. Clear? That's why be careful about it, and also to be remembered about the conversion of the one unit system into the another unit system. Next, the Q1, Q2, the unit of the charges in terms of the, it is to be R square, that's why we are considering the Newton into meter square. The next formulations Q1 and Q2 in terms of the Coulomb square. Now the unit, it is to be in terms of the Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Okay? It is to be the formulations, the unit of the constant K. Next, we are just to be considering the value of the K, it is to be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Here we are considering this value epsilon naught, what is it? Because it is the new quantity that is to be introduced into these formulations, and we are just to be concluding in terms of the value of epsilon naught, 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12. But here again the units of epsilon naught. Are you able to get out the unit of the epsilon naught? Here you are having the unit of the K. Okay. We are just trying to calculate it in terms of the K. The value of the epsilon naught, it is to be equal to, just to be cross multiplying 1 upon 4 pi into K. And we are knowing that K is to be constant, pi it is to be also in terms of the constant formulations. Then the unit is just reciprocal of the unit of the K, and its unit is Coulomb square per Newton meter square. Clear? It is to be the most confusion because we are all always to be studied about the basics of the Coulomb's law. You are just to be doing the ratification in terms of the F equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square and F equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. But in questions, in your examinations, question is in terms of the explain the dielectric constant, or explain the dielectric, or explain the permittivity of free space, or write down the unit of the permittivity, write down the unit of the proportionality constant. Clear? It means here we are able to get out the unit of the proportionality constant and the unit of the epsilon naught. But the nominations of the epsilon naught, it is to be the permittivity of vacuum or the free space. It is to be the permittivity of the free space or the permittivity of the vacuum. And its value, we are already to be mentioned in terms of the 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12. Unit is Coulomb square per Newton meter square. And the value of K की value अभी अपन ने डिस्कस की थी 9 into 10 to the power 9. Unit is Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Okay, are you getting my points? It is to be quite simple, quite easy, but be focused about the concepts and types of the questions that are to be from that particular topic. Okay, next we are just to be moving upon the other formulations. It is to be the force between the two charges when the charges are to be placed into the free space. Here we are just to be considering the another formulations in terms of the epsilon m and epsilon r, or we can say that the epsilon and the relation between epsilon m and epsilon r. Here epsilon m, it is also to be the permittivity of medium, and epsilon r, it is to be the relative permittivity. And both are to be associated in the formulations. Sometimes it is also to be write down in terms of the epsilon. If we are talking about the permittivity of the medium, it is also to be represented by the only epsilon. There is no need of to put it down the epsilon m. Here we are just to be trying to differentiate epsilon naught, epsilon r and the epsilon m. That's why we are write down in these formulations. Here the formulations, the relative permittivity, it is to be the ratio of the permittivity of the medium upon the permittivity of the free space. It is to be the permittivity of the relative permittivity in terms of the, it is to be ratio of the permittivity of the medium upon the permittivity of vacuum or the free space. Sometimes in last year board examinations in RPSC, the question is to be in terms of the define the dielectric constant. Here this formulations epsilon r, it is also to be represented in terms of the formulations K, and here K, it is to be the dielectric constant. It means at that particular moment we are just to be discussing, defining the formulations. The dielectric constant, it is to be the ratio of the permittivity of the medium upon the permittivity of the free space or the permittivity of the vacuum. And these formulations, now the few constant values for the epsilon r, these values are to be important. Okay, from here we are just to be having the another formulations in terms of the, our basic formulations are to be epsilon r equal to epsilon m upon epsilon naught. From here we are just to be getting out the epsilon m, it is to be equal to epsilon naught into epsilon m. It is to be the permittivity of that particular medium is equal to the multiplication of the permittivity of the free space with that permittivity, relative permittivity. It means it is to be defining the relation between the both the permittivity. Now, when we are talking about the epsilon r, it is to be the ratio of the permittivity upon permittivity. In entire physics, if you are just to be studied in your 11th physics, at that particular moment, these things are to be considerable, unitless and the dimensionless quantities. When we are talking about the ratio of the any similar type of the quantities, it means here permittivity upon permittivity. Sometimes it is to be in terms of the velocity upon velocity. Formulations अपन बहुत सी जगह यूज करेंगे. Clear? Now, like another example, जब अपन ray optics पढ़ेंगे, mu equal to it is to be the c by v formulations. It is to be the speed of light. It is to be the speed of the wave. It means here the speed upon speed or the velocity upon velocity. It means when the two similar kind of the quantities are to be divided in form of the division, then it is to be a unitless and the dimensionless quantity, because the unit of the permittivity is to be, क्या formulations होगी, unit of the permittivity, it is to be formulations earlier derive की थी, K की units कितनी आ रही थी, it is to be the Newton meter square per coulomb square, and the epsilon naught की formulations कितनी आई थी, Coulomb square per Newton meter square. It means it is to be Coulomb square per Newton meter square divided by again Coulomb square per Newton meter square. Both are then to be cancelled out. It means it is to be a unitless and dimensionless. That's why the relative permittivity, it is to be the unitless and the dimensionless quantity. Or our dielectric constant, sometimes questions are to be directly asked in the formulations. Write down the unit of the dielectric constant. Here we are talking about the dielectric constant. It means it is to be considerable in terms of the epsilon r. It is to be the unitless and the dimensionless quantity. Now some typical values for the epsilon r. They are to be directly to be remembered by us. For air, for vacuum, for conductors. For air, it is to be 1.006, and for vacuum, it is to be 1. For conductors, it is to be infinite, and for oxygen, O2, it is to be also 0.005. These are to the few important parameters. They are to be directly to be remembered. Rest is to be given into your formulations, and sometimes one more in terms of the water. It is to be equal to 80. These are the some typical values of the epsilon r of the dielectric constant. When we are talking about the dielectric constant of particular medium, it is to be the ratio of the dielectric constant of the medium upon the dielectric constant of the vacuum. Here it is to be the value for the air, for the vacuum, for the conductor. It is to be important. In competition examinations, sometimes questions are to be directly asked. If you are having the two charges, they are to be separated by a 10-meter distance. If a conducting plate is to be placed inside it, then the forces are to be. We are just to be considering the effect of the forces, effect of the medium on the electrostatic force. Okay, it is to be the basic formulations of the dielectric constant. Now we are just to be considering the formulations Coulomb's law in medium. The earlier formulations Coulomb's law or the electrostatic force into the vacuum. In this formulations Coulomb's law into a medium or the electrostatic force in medium. It means we are just to be having the same formulations Q1, it is to be separated by a distance R with the Q2. It means the entire formulations. Now, here I am considering the another example in the formulations like these are the two charges Q1 and Q2. They are to be separated by a minimum distance. Earlier we are just to be putting down both the charges into the vacuum or into the free space. Now in this case, suppose I am taking out a bucket of water and I am just to be putting down it into the bucket of water. The charges are to be same, the distance between them it is to be same, but the mediums is to be changed. Due to the change of that particular medium, is there an effect on the force? We are just to be calculating the effect of the medium upon the force. Yes, my dear students, there is an effect. But how it is to be affecting? For this particular formulations, we are deriving the Coulomb's law into a medium. Okay, are you getting my point? In this case, I am just to be having the same formulations that is to be derived in case of the Coulomb's law. Here I am just to be dipped into that particular formulation into the water or the another medium. It means it is to be the case of the change of a medium. It means in this case the medium is to be changed, that's why the formulations F equal to 1 upon 4 pi. In place of upside note, we are just to be using the upside m q1 q2 upon r square. Here it is to be the again permittivity of medium. Clear? Now the formulations. In place of the upside m, I am just to be put it down the formulations upside note into upside r, because we are already to be studied about upside m is to be equal to upside note into upside r. The permittivity of the medium is equal to the multiplication of the permittivity of the free space and the relative permittivity of the medium. Then again it is to be in terms of the q1 q2 upon r square. Now the entire formulation is to be rearranged 1 upon upside note 1 upon 4 pi upside note q1 q2 upon r square. Now this formulations, it is to be earlier derived by us in case of the general formulations of the Coulomb's law. When we have studied about the basics of the Coulomb's law, the electrostatic force between the two charges, it is to be in terms of the K q1 q2 upon r square, and the K it is to be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. It means the net force 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r square. Here it is to be the formulations, it is to be epsilon 1 upon epsilon r. It means if we are talking about the force into the medium, the force into the medium equal to this entire formulations, it is to be put it down in terms of the F naught, it is to be the force or the electric force in free space. Now it is to be put it down in terms of the F naught upon epsilon r, or we can also write down in terms of the F naught upon K. It is to be the basic concluded result of this formulations. It means when we are putting down the entire arrangement into a medium, then the force between them, it is to be just divided by the value of dielectric constant of that particular medium or the upside r. We are just to be dividing. It means the force it is to be divided. It means the force is to be decreases. Then the concluded formulations. The force between the charges is to be maximum when the charges are to be placed into the vacuum or the free space. If we are just to be taking out these arrangement into any kind of medium, the forces are always to be decreases. Reason, the value of the epsilon r, it is always to be greater than 1. It is always to be greater than 1. Because it is to be the ratio in terms of the epsilon naught upon epsilon m. And the permittivity and the formulations, it is to be the ratio of the epsilon m upon epsilon naught. And epsilon naught, it is to be the minimum value of the permittivity in terms of the 8.85 into 10 to power minus 12. That's why the medium permittivity is always to be greater than the permittivity of the free space. That's why the dielectric constant or the relative permittivity is always to be greater than 1. That's why if the epsilon r is to be always greater than 1, then the entire formulations is to be put it down in concluded formulations. Now the conclusion of today's class, here the Fm is to be always less than the F naught. Because epsilon r or the K is to be greater than 1, that's why the force into the medium, it is always less than the force into the free space. Don't be confused in the free space or the vacuums, because the permittivity of the dielectric constant of the free space is 1.006 and the dielectric constant for the vacuum equal to 1. In numerical formulations, both are to be equated. That's why we are just to be concluded in the formulations of the force into the medium, it is to be less than force into the vacuum. It is to be the basics of the Coulomb's law. In today's class, we are just to be discussing about the basics of the Coulomb's law. In next class, we are discussed about the vector formulations of the Coulomb's law, how to write down the Coulomb's law into the vector formulations. And why are we needed of the vector formulation? Because force, it is to be a vector quantity. And up to these formulations, we are not to be considering force in terms of the vector formulations. We are just to be here calculating the magnitude of the force between the two charges. In next class, we are discussed about the vector formulations of the Coulomb's law, and after that, the effect of the dielectric and the superposition principle, when the multiple charges are to be applying a force upon a single charge, and the numericals related to that particular formulations. Thank you.